Welcome back, everyone, to North of the Broad. Jonathan Haupt has joined me now. As you know, he is the executive director of the Pat Conroy Literary Center, where we bring you our show each week. So, how have you been?
Been doing very well, Robin. Good to see you again.
Good to see you again, too. We're excited to talk about the Pat Conroy Literary Festival, which is going to be held November the 4th through the 7th. And let's start with, this is the 6th year, so how did it get started, Jonathan?
This is what began as Pat Conroy's 70th birthday party in October of 2015, a festival that we put on here in Beaufort with Pat, of course, and had a fantastic time. And it set the blueprint for a lot of what we do to this day as the Conroy Center in terms of educational programming and author events and exhibits. All of that began when Pat was still around to very much be a part of it that first year. So here we are 6 years into the rebranded Pat Conroy Literary Festival, and it's just been an amazing journey.
Now you're going to have writers' workshops and you're going to have author events, but we're going to talk today specifically about the workshops.
Yes.
So you have 8 workshops over those 3 days.
We do. They're Thursday through Saturday. There are, if I'm doing the math right, 12 instructors, so some of the classes are team taught as well. And we just opened registration. And as we saw last year, as we so often see with our workshops, they go quick. So if you're interested, you want to jump on soon.
And how much is the workshop?
They're typically $45 per person.
Okay.
Because we've had such success doing virtual programming for more than a year now, almost all of these workshops are available remotely and with some limited socially distanced in-person seating in a couple of instances too.
And did you say you're going to have one right here?
Yeah, we're actually in the Dorothea Benton Frank Education Room, named after a dear friend of Pat's right now. So here in the DOPS, as I've decided we're going to call it. I just made that up. We're going to have one of the festival workshops with Estelle Ford Williams, who is a great local writer, and she's going to be teaching the very first workshop, which is on Thursday of that festival weekend.
Any other instructors you might want to share with us?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. We've had questions for years about maybe doing something that would be a songwriting workshop, and we finally figured out a way to do that. So this year, the Jennifer Daniels Band is going to be here. The Jennifer Daniels is a debut novelist as well, so she's here in that capacity, but she and her husband, Jeff, who are the band, are going to teach a songwriting workshop for us Saturday morning as well.
Well, that's
and they
different.
are exceptionally talented at this. They've done it a couple of times before. So we're very excited about having Jennifer here in both capacities, as a writer and as a musician.
Do you think you're going to have some interest in that?
I think we'll have a lot of interest in that, absolutely. And probably from people both young and maybe not so young, because that's a topic of great interest.
Right. And anyone else,
we have 3 other workshops that day that have a really interesting story behind them. There is a wonderful poetry award here in South Carolina called the Carrie McRae Nickens Poetry Fellowship. And this year the winner is Elizabeth Robin, who lives on Hilton Head. And Elizabeth decided to take the prize money and distribute that among the 5 finalists by creating an event where they could all come and read together here as part of the Conroy Festival, which I thought was just an incredible act of generosity.
So creative.
But now I've got 6 talented poets coming. I thought, what else can we do with them? Can we teach some workshops? So they agreed to team teach 3 workshops. So 3 workshops taught by 2 poets each. They've never taught together before. We're going to make it up as we go along, and it's going to be very exciting. So for anybody who's been sort of nervous about identifying as a poet, weren't really sure that's right for them, these are the classes. These are the people who are some of the best writers in the state. They're here one day, and they're just going to knock it out of the park with these classes.
And again, we have some in-person and virtual offerings, and it's $45 a class, but you need to go ahead and register now because they're going to fill up.
Through our Eventbrite page, we have memoir workshops with Judy Goldman and another really wonderful class about writing through trauma that's being taught by Rosemary Danielle, who created the Zona Rosa Writers Group, which has members all over the country, probably over the world at this point. Those are both virtual only, and they are filling up right now because those writers are so well known. So they're going to go quickly.
Very good. Let's do a little tease for next time's show. The Pulitzer Prize winner Robert Olin Butler is, with his new book Late City, is going to do a virtual author event.
Sort of our keynote for the festival this year, and it's a great honor to host Bob. He is a Pulitzer Prize winner, as you say, a fantastic writer, and he'll be in conversation with Bren McLean, who is an award-winning writer that Pat Conroy and I published together for a novel called One Good Mama Bone. And when Bryn was about to give up on being a writer, give up on this dream, she met Bob, Robert Olin Butler, at a writers' conference for the first time ever, and he just sort of took her under his wing immediately because that's the kind of guy he was. And that's who Pat Conroy was, too. Right. So we want to talk to Bob about his new book, but we also want to talk about this wonderful generosity of spirit he has with his fellow writers.
Don't you think Pat would be proud of how the festival has grown and what it is today?
I think he absolutely would be proud of it. He very much wanted the festival to continue when he was around to make those decisions.
Very good.
So I think he'd be very happy with it.
Good job, Jonathan.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us for this edition of North of the Broad, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.